Today we're going to be checking out the Ampligame Stream Dock. Careful, don't say the wrong one. I've already done it a few times. This device is absolutely amazing. If you guys don't know what these are, a lot of common streamers use this. It's a controller essentially for your stream. Now, even if you don't stream or create content, this device is still perfect for you if you like to do multiple things on your computer at once. The capabilities of this device is absolutely endless. In the end of the video, I will show you everything that you can do with this device. I'll even kind of give you a tutorial on how to set things up, because there are some things that are missing in this device that do kind of suck. I found workarounds, and if you stick to the end of the video, I will show you guys all of those nice little tips and tricks. First, let's talk about build quality. It's all plastic with the LED ring around the outside, which is a really freaking cool feature. The RGB is really bright, and it can also be dimmed or brightened depending on your taste. The RGB, it can cycle through different modes, and it also remembers what mode you chose the last time you had it on. The device is fully made of plastic, but it has like weight to it. It feels very high quality. It doesn't bend or flex or anything like that. It's a 3x5 configuration button, so the same amount of buttons as like what you would see in like an Elgato Stream Deck, but the buttons are actually bigger than the Stream Deck. Stream Deck has like smaller buttons, but the buttons are bigger. As far as resolution goes on the screen, I think most of these devices have one big screen and then it's all sectioned off using software. The resolution looks very good. You can get very detailed, and the apps actually, appear. Some of them, if they're native apps, they actually appear very nicely, and some you can create your own icons, and it works very well. The cable that you also get to is really high quality. I hate saying high quality as well, but when you're paying for a device that is under the high quality price, you want to expect these things to be high quality. So if I keep saying high quality, I'm just letting you know how it is. But the cable feels really good. It comes with an adapter to become USB-A, but it's USB-C to C. As far as the button pressing goes, the button feels very mushy, like one of those old Dell keyboards that you used to have. It's very kind of like I think it's called the gummy switch. It's definitely not a mechanical switch. It has different points of actuation, so if you hit the bottom of it or the top of it, it also kind of triggers the button press as well, so you don't have to actually press the whole thing. And I like that because you can kind of train your finger to just press in the right place, and you don't have to worry about misclicking or having to fully press the whole button. Now, as far as the buttons go, this is the regular design for like 98% of the stream controller devices out there on the market. They all use the same kind of system with the little mushy buttons. I think for only the exception of one device is, I think the Razer version has actual mechanical switches on them, but I've never used it, nor have I ever messed with it, so I can't confirm or deny that. Now, unfortunately, in today's video, I can't compare it next to the Stream Deck Mark II. I will link a video down below to another content creator who also reviewed the Ampligame Stream controller as well, and they had a direct comparison to the Stream Deck. All right, so now we're going to talk about software. Software is a very touchy subject for this device, because if you read the Amazon reviews, a lot of them have kind of pretty much debunked this thing as being completely useless because it doesn't have the plugin for the thing that they need or the thing that they want to use, which I think that's understandable. I get that, but this device has the option of creating your own custom macros, and with that opens the door for every single application you ever will use. And I will show you guys how to do all that stuff towards the end of the video, and I'll probably even have its own dedicated video to go in more depth of doing things. The only thing about the software is that it's new, it's buggy. A lot of the plugins that are on the actual app itself don't work, and a lot of those plugins are made by a third-party person, so it's not actually made by Fifine. So I mean, that's understandable. Sometimes things break, a new update comes out and those things broken, so maybe I got it like in between a weird kind of time, and they haven't updated the plugins. So it is what it is. I'm not, none of the things that were broken affected me and my experience. I was able to still use everything I wanted to use. I wasn't able to not use OBS for whatever reason. I was not able to use Discord and things like that. So some pros of the app that I like is it's easy to use. If you're familiar with the Stream Deck app, it looks identical. It's probably the copy, but it's pretty easy to use. It's very intuitive. The coolest feature that I found on this app is the ability to screenshot your own icons on the fly. You don't have to export it to Canva and make your own icons, a 100 by 100 icon. and then import it into Stream Deck, which you'll have to do with the regular Stream Deck. But with this app, it lets you literally screen capture whatever icon you want to use, and then you can use that. I mean, that's pretty freaking cool, man. Another good pro about the app is that it always works. And the month and about a half that I've had this device, it turns on every single time. It boots up when my computer starts. The device is always responsive. It doesn't have any problems. It works every single time. Like I have no issue. And then the last thing, that it is kind of open source. I mean, I guess people can make their own plugins and upload them to the store. And I think Bar Raider is one of the kind of biggest contributors to even the Stream Deck itself. They make the same apps for the Stream Deck as they do for this stream controller. So when I saw that, when I opened the app, I was like, oh, it's over, because the things that I use in this thing is all there. Another great pro to the actual app itself is there's no sign-in required. I know some people are very weird about giving their information to the government and putting their information out there. If you use a Stream Deck and you use the Stream Deck app and you're in the Elgato ecosystem, you have to sign in to download apps, to download plugins, to download icons. You always have to log into the marketplace, essentially. And with this one, you don't have to. You can just open the app, install everything you want. Obviously, that may change in the future. I don't know how, things will update. If you're watching this a year or two after it came out, maybe that's changed. But as of right now, 2025 in January, it is not required for you to make an account or even log in. Another pro that I remember as well is, I mentioned in the beginning, is the RGB around the actual device itself remembers when you unplug it and replug it back in, which is pretty neat. Sometimes that doesn't work. You'd be surprised. And then also too, if you have your favorite icons from another competitor stream controller device, you can just import them over. And I'll probably show you that in the end too, but probably not, because I don't remember how I did it. But you can just search online for any icons and you can just download them, import them. All right, now we got over the pros. Let's talk about some of the cons, because with everything, there's some good and there's some bad. Now the bad here isn't that much, but it's just some things that all can be fixed with software, which is absolutely amazing. So the first con that I already touched on is some of the plugins that on the actual store just don't work. There's an OBS plugin that doesn't work, made by another person. There's a handful of other plugins that I tried, at the moment. I was like, oh, this is cool, I'll download it. And then it doesn't work and I just deleted it because I didn't really need it. There's no animated GIFs on the actual stream controller itself. And again, that's probably just like a simple software thing, because the more expensive Stream Deck has animated GIFs. So like if you're not pressing it, you can have it play a GIF essentially instead of a photo on the button. But this one doesn't have that yet, which is kind of a bummer, but I really don't care about. Like if there's stuff moving, I have ADHD. If there's stuff moving on my desk, I'm gonna be looking at that instead of my monitor. So probably a good thing. All right, another big con that I noticed is there's a lot of missing essential plugins. And what I mean by that is like something like Discord, right? Like you would imagine that the Discord plugin would be like one of the first things, because controlling your Discord, controlling the people that you chat with, and being able to hang up calls and get out of the voice chat and stuff like that. I feel like that should just be part of the app, or someone should come along and make something like that. Like that should be top priority. I think. But there's no controller for that. But obviously, like I said before, there's a workaround. I figured it out. You guys don't have to worry about that. So it's not a deal breaker. That's why it's like, okay, you don't have a native app, but I know a way around it, which isn't the end of the world. And then the last thing that I will consider this as like a con to me, or something that I'm not a huge fan of, is there is a little bit of a latency when you're hitting the buttons. So like there's a button to change pages, and you can kind of count, like, let me count right now. Hold on. Okay, so that was like 1.5 Mississippi it took to switch pages. I don't know if that's a software thing, like the software needs more RAM or more allocation to be able to transition quicker, because at the end of the day, it is just a screen and a button. But I don't know how that stuff works. I'm not even attempting to know how it works. Yeah, I know slightest of how this, how stuff like this works. And I also don't have a Stream Deck itself to compare it to, because it's probably just as late as this one. Like it probably has the same amount of latency. I have used the Stream Deck app with an iPhone, and the free version of that, and that one is almost instantaneously, but it's also using hardware encoding from the device that you're using it from and the actual app itself. There's no hard connection. So I don't know, my experience, I've never seen a Stream Deck or used it long enough to pay attention to how, you know, much the latency is when you push a button. Now I will say that's only like flipping pages and navigating through the Stream Deck itself. When you're actually hitting a button, like if I need to stop the recording or doing something like that, it's pretty much instantaneously. It doesn't have a latency like that. So there is navigation pages that I assign to it. And if you're hitting those do kind of take a second and a half to switch through pages or switch through your different modes that you have set up. All right, guys. So when you do get your stream controller, you'll have to download the software. This is the website right here. If you go down a little bit more, you can have a Windows or Mac OS, which is pretty neat. There's also a white color version of this device as well. I didn't know that. I don't know. I think it's on the Amazon listing. So if you guys want to check that out, you can look at that too. It's just the same one, but white instead of the black border. All right. So once you've downloaded the application, it's going to pop up on probably your heart bar and open up. As you see, I have everything here. All my most used stuff, everything is right here. And as you can see right here as well, this is everything. It kind of translates. You can see it switches through. So what we'll do is we'll create a brand new page, a brand new kind of, so I call these scenes. Oh yeah, that's what they call it too. So this is a scene, and then within your scene, you have different pages. This is kind of like my everyday thing. And then if I'm editing, I have a specific editing one. And these buttons are nice because like I go through all these folders a lot. This is the Beam folder, my music folder, my sound effects folder, thumbnail folder, and my video folder. So if I just hit it, it opens up the, you know, the web browser or the window Explorer tab, or like let's say here, this is the obviously the DaVinci logo. So I can click that and it'll open up DaVinci. I can click that and it'll open up Canva. Pretty neat, pretty neat. This button here switches scenes. So this goes back to my original scene. Oh, actually that's going to go, oh, I goofed up. That scene's not set up, so it doesn't let me cycle through that one. How do I delete scenes? Oh, I can come here. Okay, then I can delete that. Perfect. All right, so I'll just add a new page so it's not so confusing. But here I have two navigation pages. You can put these anywhere. You can customize it whichever way you want. I'm not 100% done yet. There is voice mod compatibility. So if I want to do voice mod stuff, I can click that button. It's going to eventually open up voice mod, as you can see on the bottom, and then voice mod is running. And then it does voice mod stuff. Yay, voice mod. So cool. So fun. Yeah, voice mod. All right, it's already working. Cool. We'll close that out. And then, yeah, everything works. Oh, that's actually new. Look at that. There's instances. So something that I'm not a huge fan of is when you click a button on this stream controller, the button instances doesn't change. That makes sense. But now it does. That's pretty cool. So it's only on some things. It just depends on the thing that you do. All right. So this second page right here, this is all my stream stuff. So as far as getting OBS to work. So here, I'm just going to show you real quick. You may lose audio, so I'm just going to be quiet. So here I can go to my live. So that's my live screen. Hello, YouTube. Hello. All right, so I've quickly showed, if you're a content creator, how this could benefit you from switching scenes and going through your different OBS functions and muting yourself and turning your camera on and off and all that good stuff. But what about if you're not a content creator? You're just an average Joe who's on their computer a lot. This thing can also be very functional for you too. Let's say Discord, for example, right? I don't have Discord in my taskbar right here. Just imagine that's not there. I'm a single screen user. I don't have a second monitor, and I want to open up Discord. I just go over here, click Discord, boom, it's open. I just doxed myself, but it's open. That was super fast. I didn't have to go reach around. Let's say the computer just booted up and I wanted to open OBS. I would click that button right there. I don't have to go searching for it down at the bottom or in the desktop. Again, DaVinci Resolve. I have a button here. I can click DaVinci Resolve. It'll open up DaVinci Resolve. I already have it open. I'm not going to do it again just to confuse the thing. BeamNG. I have BeamNG right there. BeamNG is really weird because the icon didn't show up correctly like everything else. But you can fix that later. We'll show you how to fix that. Actually, we'll do that. Actually, yeah, we'll go ahead and fix it. But there you go. Open up Beam. And then RSI is Star Citizen, of course. So I can just click that. Boom. The launcher is going to open here in just a second. Bravo. Absolutely amazing. Beautiful stuff. Just you can't complain. It works every single time. All right, so for up top right here, we have two buttons. These I set up as your GPU monitor and your CPU monitor. For whatever reason, they're not working. I think I need to do a reset. I was messing around with some settings earlier, and that probably messed that up. Now, if you look right here, that's an Ector Plays logo. What does that do? If you click on it, it takes you to the page of my YouTube channel. So you can assign it to any URL in whatever browser you use. You can just copy the URL, paste it there. Boom, that's awesome. All right, we're gonna close that for the sake of the video. We have a folder button. We can click this folder button. That's gonna open up another folder. Holy crap, look at that. There's a whole another folder in the page. That's crazy. Super quick access. When I'm about to go live, I can click this button. That opens up my live stream YouTube creator studio thing, so I can set up the live stream in YouTube. I don't have to like go through it like a peasant. If I need to check Streamlabs or Stream Elements, I'm sorry, and make sure everything's good, and as well as Streamlabs, I can quickly open. See how fast that is? Like, that is extremely fast. No latency. This is my Amazon on-site page. Or no, this is just regular Amazon. Cool. And then right here is Pio's YouTube channel. So if I want to go see what Pio's up to, if he's uploaded over the weekend and I wasn't here to, you know, watch a video or so, I can click on that, which you guys should go definitely subscribe to Pio. Pio's amazing. And also down here is some just regular volume buttons. So we can do volume up and down, and then mute, and then play pause on this side if you're listening to music and stuff. All right, we're going to backtrack. We're going to come over here to the navigational buttons that I've assigned. Right here, you can see I have my music or my volume control again. So as you can tell, this thing is pretty customizable to your flavor, right? You can come over here. Now here I have some stuff. This was something that I deleted, so just ignore that. These two buttons are pretty cool. So in Star Citizen, there's infinite programmable buttons. It literally uses your whole keyboard to play that game. And so this button right here is called my AFK button. That's going to spam click C, and I'm going to just keep crouching and teabagging essentially. If I have any video of it, I'll post it before this video goes live, but hopefully, or maybe, I don't know if I'll be able to get it in time. But if I click that, that's essentially going to spam C. So if I just open up a browser here, and you can see it's slowly spamming C at like a decent rate. And what essentially that's going to do, it lets me AFK multiplayer games, so I don't have to, you know, relog back in. We're just going to turn that off. You see the state switches to red, and it doesn't do it anymore. And then this button right here is a command to open up the wings in certain ships. So obviously when I click it, it's going to do Alt K, I think it is. But you know, it's not gonna pick that up because of, I don't think Alt does anything. All right, so let's go in here to Discord. Let's just hop on the Extreme Gaming server. Hopefully no one is in here. I'll probably join. Let's just join a general voice chat. And you can see that my little guy is talking down there. I am just talking away into no one. No one is listening right now. There you can see my little guy. All right, so let's go into our Discord buttons. Now I usually have these with my recording buttons because when I'm live or with I'm recording, I'm usually with the bros and we're all filming. So Discord, you can do mute, mute, deafen, and then end the call. That's just what I chose. So we hit mute, and you can see it's pretty much instant, right? And then deafen, mutes and deafens you, and then end the call. Boom, ends the call. Oh, Pio just joined. What's going on, Pio?
I joined and you left.
All right, so I think I've already explained enough of what this device can do. I'm going to just do a really quick, kind of super simple crash course on how to set up these things. Because some things are a little finicky and some things are pretty self-explanatory. So first thing we're going to do is connect OBS into the Fifine Stream Controller app. We're going to open up our app here. It doesn't matter what page you're in, right? You're going to click the OBS studio kind of plugin area. We'll be over here, and we're going to go to the record option, right? This is going to paste down. All right, so it's going to say not connected to OBS, but now obviously it says connected. We're going to click view information, server IP, server port, and server password. All needs to match in your OBS to what you have. So under tools, under WebSocket server setting, you're going to go down a little bit, and this is all the stuff right here. So This is your server port. Server password is right there. You can create your own or generate it. And then make sure you enable WebSocket server, because that is important as well, obviously. And so this is the controller that I have. And once you hit apply, hit OK, that should start working. So it should say it's connected. Obviously, if OBS is turned off or not open, it's not going to be connected. Pretty simple. All right, so some of the things that I wish the OBS Studio app had was a pause feature. So the pause button, if we go over 2 more, is right there. Now I obviously have it set up a different way that you can do it. Doesn't have to be the way through OBS, but it doesn't use macros or key bindings. It just knows what button to press, and you know, that works. So these other ones all work like that, where you don't have to set up key bindings. You just put them in and they work. Like screenshot and studio mode, all that stuff changes. But something like screenshot would be nice to have. Not screenshot, I'm sorry, pause and play. All right, so we're not going to cover setting up your scenes and stuff like that. You can pretty much kind of figure that out. It's under scene visibility, or scene as normal. Source visibility will be like your mic and your camera, if you want those to be able to be toggled on and off. And then your scenes is switching from your live to your be right back to your, you know, just chatting screen, all that good stuff. So if we go over here, we're going to set up a brand new instance. Let's say, let's see, what were we going to do? Oh, yes. Nope, we'll do the beam one later because we mentioned it. Because the beam is already set. We just need to change the icon. All right, so we're going to come over here. And let's say we want to set up a mute and deafen button for Discord, because Discord is not an app that is in the market. So you'll have to kind of get creative. So we're going to go to Toolbox. We're going to go to Hotkey. Now we need to do 2 hotkeys because that's you know, the amount of things that we're doing. So boom, boom, got 2 hotkeys here. We're going to open up Discord. We're going to go to Settings. Go all the way down to Key Bindings. And now we're going to set up key bindings for mute and deafen. Now, you can come over here and try to find it, but some of the stuff that I wanted wasn't in here. And also, too, the default stuff uses control and then a letter, and that works. But a lot of games that I play, when you do control and a letter, like beam and G, for instance, it opens up like the beam structure of the vehicle. And obviously you don't want to be toggling through your beam structures while you're trying to mute Discord. It's just not going to work. So I had to set up custom key bindings for those things, even though that they're already in the thing. You know, I still had to set up new ones. So disconnect from server, or from voice channel, I did left shift and home. I found that shift plus whatever key you want to use is the best way to work. Toggle mute is right shift and page up. Deafen is right shift and page down. The cool thing too is if you don't want to reach for your stream controller, you can just do those key binds on your keyboard. But that kind of defeats the purpose, and don't look into it too hard. Okay, so set up those key binds. All right, so now we know that mute is right shift and page up. So we're gonna come here. We want that one to be mute, so we can name it right mute. And then you're going to click the thing, right shift and page up. Boom, got it. All right, so that means that this is mute now. And then deafen is, from what I remember, is right shift and page down. All right, we're just going to name that deafen. So let's just verify that it's working. And then remember that keybinds don't work when you're in the keybind screen. So just keep that in mind. All right, so now we just look down here. Now if we hit our mute button, beautiful, and then our deafen button is working. All right, and then those will, you know, obviously vary depending on what game you play. All right, so next step is, oh, these icons are so ugly, dude. What are you gonna do about these icons? All right, so let's go into the icon library. Okay, so let's look in through our library. All right, we got some good library icons here. This is the blade pack that I got off the interwebs. All right, so there's a Discord thing there. That's pretty neat. Not really my vibe. I'm not really feeling it. What about if I just go to the store, right? Let's go to the store. Now, obviously, I'm playing this up. I already know what's here. None of the stuff that we want. Wow, only 6 packs. That's that's underwhelming. We need to work on that. Okay. All right. Well, all right. Let's just go to the internet. Let's just find a pack, right? Let's find a Discord stream controller. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, cool. Discord profiles from the Stream Deck marketplace. So now this is a profile, and profiles you can download, and then depending on who created the profile, they'll actually include the icon pack in there as well. So I've already downloaded this once. I'm going to download it again so I don't have to go looking for it. We're going to open this up when it's done installing using a zip, application or whatever. So this is the actual profile that you can put in your Elgato Stream Deck, and it'll immediately work. But what we're here for is the icons. These are all the icons that either the creator has made or he's ripped off of of Discord. So Discord overlay, these are all different icons, so you can go crazy with the key bindings. That's to hang up a call. Cool. So now that we have that ready, let's come into here, minimize that. Let's go over there. We're going to select local file. We're going to go to our downloads. I already have it unzipped here. Make sure you guys do unzip it because it won't find it. So under icons, dang, dude. All right, so toggle mute. There you go. Now we have, which one do we want? We want that one as mute. That's going to be good. Boom. All right, so here you just choose original image. It'll just cover the whole thing. Now we've noticed that it has changed, and then we do the same for that one. One more time. I know it's repetitive, but sometimes people like to see things twice. Now we just need to look for the Deafin logo, which I think is like headphones with a line through. There it is. And we'll just use the original image. Boom. Okay. That is awesome. All right, so we've essentially set that up, and now it's ready to be used. Now it's the exact same that I have on this page right here, just the 3, and then we go from there. Moving on to another feature that I really love. I'm going to show you guys how to do the AFK spam C button thing, and this also works for other stream controllers too that kind of use the same type of layout in applications. So what you're going to do is download a plugin from Bar Raider. Actually, I don't even need to type it because there's not that many here. So Bar Raider is a creator of these widgets and plugins. I've seen all of his work in the Elgato marketplace, and as soon as I saw it here, I was like, oh, it's over with. That means this thing's already goated. Let's come over here to Super Macro. Super Macro is what we're going to use. So in Super Macro, once you have it installed, it's going to be Super Macro right there. Okay, so we're going to look for, I think this is a sticky Super Macro. I'm going to drag and drop. All right, we named it AFK. I'm going to do the exact same way so you guys know what I'm doing, right? We're going to capture the macro. Just going to be C. It's going to recognize it as C. Perfect. This is the delay, how fast you want it to keep, spamming it. So you add a little bit of delay. You don't want it to be like, and then everything from there is good. What I have noticed is that the images in the Bar Raider plugin is not working. So you can add your images for it to change states and stuff. It's just not working. And if you do image through here, it doesn't work as well. So that's something that they need to fix. Either, I don't know if it's the creator that needs to fix it or if it's Fifine that needs to fix it on their end. Not entirely sure. All right, so now that we have that set, let's just go to our Chrome tab here. Let's just hit the button. Let's see if we did it right. There you go. Now it's spamming C, and you'll never be kicked out of a lobby again. Make sure we turn that off because that will confuse the hell out of you why your character is moving around so weird. All right, perfect. So we've covered those 2 essential things: how to get a application that's not, relatively available in the app, on the app and working. And we also covered the sticky macros using Bar Raider's plugin. Last thing that I think is essential that makes this app shine, that I absolutely love, and I think is super neat. So like, let's say right here, the BeamNG logo is kind of not right. Doesn't look right. Obviously you can tell it's BeamNG, but compared to the RSI logo, this thing is pretty bad. What we're gonna do, there's a few ways we can do this. BeamNG logo, and look up the logo. We can just download the I think it's 100 by 100 logo. Yeah, so we could probably download that and just put it in like we did with the Discord one, just like we did. But this app has something that's pretty freaking neat. So like, let's say this is our logo, right? We're going to come over here. All right, so come over here. We're going to go to screen capture. All right, so now it's going to open up a little thing. That, boom. We're going to click OK. And there you go. The screen capture captured the actual Beam logo and put it on there as part of the thing. So then under settings, we can change the, you know, the different layouts and stuff. We want things rounded out and whatnot. So let's do a little bit of a better one. I kind of want one with a background, not a white background. Let's remove 100 by 100. Demon G logo. I think it's, oh no, this one's perfect. A little low quality though. It's just me using my eyes. All right, I like that one right there. Let's just open up our app and you can actually grab this. You can actually move it around too. It doesn't have to be, right, we're gonna hit yes. Perfect. What does that look like? All right, not a huge fan of it. I wish it had a black background, but there's another option to this. We can just minimize that. Let's look up, I'll have most of these links down below too. So if you guys do want to go to these websites and get all this stuff, we're just gonna look up BeamNG Stream Deck. You can do profile, but I like the icon pack by 23 terabytes. So this is a huge BeamNG pack this modder has created. 23 terabytes, also made one of the first career mode mods that I've ever filmed on the channel. So huge shout out to 23 terabytes. So this has 100, oh my gosh, 1700 icons that you can choose from. So this also goes back to, like, let's say if you're playing with your wheel, right? You have buttons right here that you can set up for signal lights and brake lights and high beams, parking brakes. You know, just those buttons that like you don't ever really have mapped, but it would be nice to map for in the immersion standpoint. Like here, this one is open all doors or crush the vehicle or extinguish, brake. You know, like this is all pretty neat stuff. Cruise control, horn, probably start like favorite vehicle, switch to another vehicle. But yeah, so oh my gosh, look at all the icons. Holy crap. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you guys have made it this far, definitely hit a like down below and subscribe to the channel. I usually make gaming videos and just videos along those lines. Every once in a while, I have a review video that I do just to kind of, you know, just try something different. The channel is pretty small, so I like to kind of venture out and see what my passion is in YouTube. But if you guys did enjoy, definitely hit that subscribe button. And let me know, do you guys use a stream controller, stream deck, or the other, I think Ajaz is another one. There's also a Razer one. Like, there's a lot of different options. Do you guys think it's kind of or I don't know. Let me know what you guys feel about it down below. And definitely thank you for watching.